I've got this potentially awesome art piece from Grid Studio, but I haven't got a clue what console it is. So let's check it out, guys. Now, in the last episode, we checked out the awesome PS Vita art piece from Grid Studio, and that thing was gorgeous. I absolutely loved it, and I love the history piece that it is. But I did say we've got another one to check out, but I haven't got a clue which one that one is. There's a few ideas I gave to Grid Studio in terms of which ones I thought you guys would be interested in checking out, but I wasn't sure which one to pick. I let them make the decision. However, in the meantime of waiting for it, I kind of figured out which one I wanted, and I really hope that this one is that one, but we're only going to be able to find out as soon as we jump in and check it out. So let's have a look, guys. Let's see what is in there. Once again, with the trusty penknife, cracking this open. I'll be a bit more careful in this episode because I nicked myself in the last one. Now, the thing is with Grid Studio, when I was looking at their website and seeing all the amazing products that they've actually got available, I was so excited to see that they had the PS Vita. I was psyched for that. But I was also really surprised to see what other types of options they had as well. It wasn't just consoles, it was controllers, and even for I suppose the iPhone crowd, there was loads of different options there, which made me think we should really try and check out something that is a little bit different. So I gave a few ideas and a few options, some of them different, some of them still consoles as well, but consoles that I think we love on this channel, so I thought we'd love to check them out. And we just have to wait and see which one they've sent me. I'm actually really excited and a bit nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I'm a little bit nervous. Just like last time, wonderful cardboard box. And once again, absolutely beautiful packaging. I'll do what I did last time because I'm still not prepared. I'll get the camera down and show you the packaging. There we go, absolutely gorgeous packaging again, just like the PS Vita with the lovely stamp there. I love that effect, that little touch, the wax stamp, just like old school letters. I always remember Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, first time I saw that kind of rubber stamp and thinking, that's cool, man. Unknown herb. I'm recording this immediately after the last episode, so I won't have read any comments of all you telling me what herb that is. So I still don't know what herb it is, but a nice little touch nonetheless. And we have the little pieces here. No, they are not earbuds. They are for hanging the piece on the wall. Not used them yet, so we'll have to have a look, figure out how they work. But lovely packaging from Grid Studio once again. Accidentally hit the zoom button. Oop, wrong way. Oh, behind the scenes, how professional, eh? Looking good, baby. Right, so let's get this bad boy out.
That's what she said.
Rightos, let's go. Gaming Off the Grid should probably keep this because it's got Grid written all over it. So they could probably use that in their game room somehow. Or not. Now, the moment of truth. Which one is it? Which one is it? I'll tell you which ones I think it could be. I think it could be either a Game Boy Advance or a PS1 controller. Feeling a bit of movement. Is it a bit loose? Oh, I hope it's not loose. We got a PSP, baby! I was not expecting that at all. Interesting. Now, I will say this one, as it's come, the little holders in the back there, on the edges there, if you can see those, I don't know if you can see those clearly, but they are loose and they should be inside like that. So that's a little bit of an issue if you ask me, especially in packaging, because when it comes out, this is the bit that holds the main piece in, and if that just fell out or came loose, then you could find yourself with some issues. So let's slide that back in there, but it seems a little bit of a an awkward squeeze. Well, that's in anyway. And I think with that being loose, it doesn't really matter, but on the back you can see there's a little bit of chipping on the wonderful black frame. Little bit of a disappointment, that, to be honest. Now, personally, not gonna lie, I had hoped this was gonna either be the PlayStation 1 controller or the Game Boy Advance to show a bit of variety. The PlayStation 1 controller I thought was a brilliant idea, and one of the cheaper options as well that you could pick from Grid Studio, and something that, as you know me guys, you know I love the original PlayStation. Personally, that would have been gorgeous in this room. Game Boy Advance as well, we just did the 30 Game Boy Advance challenge. I felt like that would have been really cool as well to tie off the back of that episode and have it next to the Pokemon collection up there, but they're all personal preferences. I'm still very grateful that Grid Studio did send over the PSP as well, and it's nice to be able to look at the PS Vita and the PSP as well side by side. Now once again, we've got a loved PSP right here, a beautiful art piece. Now there are a few differences with this one to the PS Vita, and not PS Vita? Now there are a few differences with this one to the PS Vita, and not just in the fact that it's different consoles, but with the PS Vita you had the front part and the back part, whereas with the PSP you can see there are a couple of pieces that are missing. And I suppose with this being an art piece as opposed to just a complete tech piece, artistically they've gone for the choice of what looks aesthetically better. But there are a couple of pieces missing, because as you can see it isn't the complete back of the PSP here. On top of that, there is actually an annoying little speck. You can see it there, I'll get it on the B-roll. An annoying little speck of, I don't know what it is, but it's something I'd rather not have there, to be honest. It maybe takes away a little bit of the pristineness of this art piece. Maybe I am being a little bit picky, but when you are looking at a piece, oh, it's fallen down there. So if you're looking at this as an art piece, which is what it is, you are looking at it for the aesthetic purposes, and you do want it to be pristine and perfect in that sense. The used nature of the products, and maybe even the fact that they're not 100% cleaned thoroughly, is something that I think you could forgive, because it's a story of this PSP specifically. But I do feel like there are a couple of areas where things could have had a little bit more care and attention to give it that perfect feeling, especially when you see how well these things are packaged. That little speck in there, and I suppose the way that the frame was loose on the back. A couple of little niggles for me there, I'll be honest. Something else in common with the PS Vita as well is the wonderful information down here about the lifespan of the PSP. 10 years, 2004 to 2014. So it's a little different. Again, it's a little bit different to the PS Vita. The PS Vita gave you the original date and month that it was released, whereas this shows you more of the lifespan. And the PS Vita also had a true to life scale image of one of the carts, whereas this doesn't show you the UMD. I think that's a little bit of a missed opportunity, because the UMD is such a unique and specific type of cart. I think that would have been really nice to have in on this as well. I am incredibly grateful to Grid Studio for giving me this opportunity to check out their amazing artwork products. And I am gonna absolutely love finding a place for these in this room and showing them, putting them on display. To be able to show a piece of technology, of gaming technology in this way, for me is really special. It's really interesting as well from an engineering background to be able to see these devices on the inside and to have them fully on show and beautifully out there to be seen all of the time. So often as collectors we end up buying consoles and protecting them or hiding them away or keeping them in the boxes because we don't want anything to happen to them. So to have a piece like this that we aren't looking to use for gaming, but we are using to showcase in our game rooms, I think is just absolutely wonderful and a brilliant idea from Grid Studio. Now the PSP version is cheaper than the PS Vita version, and if you do want to get your hands on one or any of the other awesome artwork pieces that they've got, I'll put a link in the description below. If you want to check out the PS Vita and how awesome that one was, check it out right here.